So since my Incredible Hulk review did surprisingly well, and I really want to get to the Avengers, I'm going to speed up these Marvel reviews just until we get up to the Avengers. So I'm going to review Iron Man 2 and Thor, and then Captain America, First Avenger, and bam, we will get to the Avengers. Iron Man 2. Why are these two bad movies so close together? I don't know, but they are. This movie's kind of forgettable. Nobody talks about this movie anymore. And for good reason. It's not very good. It's very bad, actually. And bad and just you just forget it after you watch it. And it's boring to watch. The plot of this movie is ridiculous. Tony's dealing with heart shrapnel, which that part is fine. And then you got the plot of the government being mad at Tony because he invented a death machine that could cause a lot of problems. And it's cool, but the way they just... What I don't like about this plot is why are they mad at him? They're like, oh, well, he's like, I'm the only one who knows how to invent this suit, and this type of thing. The Whiplash shows up, and they're like, no, he's not the only one, and someone else knew how to use it, which we kind of knew from the first movie, right? We had not Mickey Rourke. We have the villain from the first movie kind of building an Iron Man suit. So the government already knew this. That guy tried to kill an innocent family of children in a car. And that's pretty weird. That was pretty bad. So, I think the plot to this movie just isn't interesting. It's just boring. And Whiplash is a character that you would want to see in an Iron Man movie. He's a famous Iron Man comic villain, one of his most famous, besides the Mandarin. We'll get into that can of worms when we get to Iron Man 3. But I think that kind of story, the main story just doesn't work. And Mickey Rourke's character, he's acted really poorly, and he's kind of really irritating. He doesn't do anything. His plan doesn't really make sense. I hate the scene where he goes onto the racetrack because it's he just shows up, starts whipping cars, but he didn't know Tony was going to be there until the very last minute. Well, it's actually how did he even know? Because, again, Tony didn't get on until the very last minute. So there's no way he would have known. We have Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow, who I really hate as a character because she doesn't really have one. And hopefully the Black Widow does things to alleviate it, but it still doesn't change the fact her dialogue is bad, and she's bad in this movie and every Marvel movie she's ever been in. So, yeah, and she's just... If you could skip this. You don't need to know who Black Widow is except that she's Black Widow. That's all you need to know. Because he doesn't do anything, she isn't interesting, so might as well just go, skip this movie. There's nothing here to make it interesting. It's just a boring movie. Nobody talks about it because it's so forgettable. It's just who wants to watch it? And sure, I appreciate the AC/DC soundtrack as an AC/DC fan, but that's about all I remember from it. So yeah. I'm with that sneeze. Bye, guys.